All right, so this is module number 2. We're going to be going over your offer. So at this point, you should already have an offer, meaning you already have your ICP squared away. You already know what service you're providing, right? And now you already have an offer. Now, if that's your case, then just skip on to the next video. But if you don't have a really good offer, then I would recommend you stick and watch this video, okay? But if you're already a little bit more advanced, you maybe don't need the offer. If you've already got a really good offer that's converting, then just go on to the next module, okay? But if you don't, we're gonna go over kind of the offer fundamentals, okay? So right off the bat, it is really important to know what actually conveys value. And this is a concept coined by Alex Hormozi, which I'm sure you know. And it is the concept of the value equation. So what is actually valuable to people? How do you create value? So according to Alex Hormozi, it's dream outcome times perceived likelihood of achievement, right? And then time delay times effort and sacrifice. So you want the numerator, so everything above the black line, to be as high as humanly possible, and you want the denominator, or anything below the black line, to be as low as possible. So you want dream outcome and perceived likelihood of achievement to be super, super high, but you also want it to be super quick, and you want it to have close to zero effort from the client, customer, prospect to be able to achieve that goal, that dream outcome that they know they can or can't achieve, which has to do with the perceived likelihood of achievement. So if you have something that people really want and they know you can give it to them instantly without any effort, then that's insanely valuable, okay? And that's what we need to build. So how do you do this? So we need to first identify a problem. So, but at this point, you should have already identified a niche, a service. Now we just need to get the offer down, right? So we need to identify a problem that your ICP might have, and then you want to identify the dream outcome. So what is the dream outcome? What is what they want most, okay? And then once you have identified that dream outcome, so their vacation, then you want to list all the perceived problems. And then, so we want to have, so in order to solve a problem, we need to see what it is that they want and then why they can't get there, right? So this is what they want, this is where they are, and this is where they want to be. So dream outcome is where they want to be, and they're here, right? So they have all these problems that they need to solve in order to get from point A to point B. And so when we list out all the perceived problems, so it's everything in between. So it's everything that's stopping them from getting to point B, which is where they want to be, their vacation, their dream outcome, right? So right now they have the problems, so they can't get to B, and you want to identify these solutions to bridge the gap between point A, which is where they are, and point B, which is where they want to be, okay? And how do you do that? You basically need to convince them that you know how to do it, and that has to do with the perceived likelihood of achievement, which there's a lot of ways to do that, but the easiest way is by having a really strong guarantee, okay? And what does this mean? This means you want to revert the risk as much as humanly possible so that all the risk is on you and close to zero of the risk is on the client. And how do you do this? With a strong guarantee. For example, our guarantee at the Drip Be Done For You is whatever you invest, we're going to double monthly, right? Or you either get your money back, or we'll keep working for free until we get to what we told you we were going to get, okay? So if you invest $1, we're going to make you $2, or you get all your money back, or we keep working until we get you the $2. And that's a really strong guarantee. Why? Or at least the marketplace has told us it's a really strong guarantee, because whatever you invest, you're going to make twice that, or you don't lose any money, right? And so having a strong guarantee makes people perceive your service as higher value, right? Because they're like, okay, well, this guy is this guy's super confident in his ability to get me results, that he's guaranteeing that he's going to double my investment, right? And so the perceived likelihood of achievement goes through the roof. You've already told them that you know how to get your dream outcome, which is has to do with the wording, which we're going to get into. But that's basically what you want to do. And having a really strong guarantee is a super easy way to increase the perceived likelihood of achievement. Now, if you are a complete beginner and you and that didn't make too much sense, then I would recommend you go to acquisition.com/offers. So you learn all about offers from Alex Hormozi. I also highly recommend you get his book, $100 Million Offers. It's going to walk you through everything super in depth. And then he just uploaded the audio book version to his Spotify. So just look it up. And that's what I would recommend you do if that didn't make sense, okay? But now we are going to get into how to actually word it. So you want to do it most of the times you'll see it like this, right? So I can get you X outcome in X time without effort or sacrifice, pain or fear. Okay, so I can make you 100K in the next 30 days without paid ads. Or people do like I help ICP get dream outcome in 30 days without pain or fear. So here's some examples of that, right? And just other ways to word it that you can just plug and play with whatever your desired results are without challenge and fear in a specific time frame that might fit with your specific offer and ICP, right? So how to get desired results without paid ads, without hiring, without something that people don't want to do. So it's challenge, fear, or effort and sacrifice in time, right? So you always want to do the in time works because people know when they can expect said result, okay? And so just feel free to go through these. These I got from one of my mentors. Just feel free to go through these, plug and play. And then again, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me on Twitter. This is my Twitter right here. And then I can help you out. And as you can see, I actually have like my offer right here on my Twitter. So I help CEOs and founders monetize their Twitter by sending 50K personalized DMs per month. I don't necessarily include the pain points or the guarantee, because the guarantee I let people know my guarantee through other sources, right? So when I send people DMs, I let them know of my guarantee. Through my YouTube videos, I let people know of my guarantee, right? And so that is pretty much it when it comes to offer, okay? So you just want to, the big picture is you want to solve a problem, right, that people actually have, and you want to make it as, you want to increase the perceived likelihood of achievement as much as you can. You want to reduce the time delay, and you want to reduce the effort and sacrifice that it's going to require from them to get to where they want to be, okay? So remember, they are in point A, they're point A, they want to get a point B. Your offer needs to bridge that gap between where they are and where they want to go. And then with a really strong guarantee, it'll make it more likely that they believe that you can actually get them. Okay, so that is pretty much it. Hope you got some value, and we are on to the next module.